Assalamualaikum and good day everybody. Today we are going to continue our lesson. Is how do you express ratios in the simplest form? Okay, to express ratio in the simplest form, divide the quantities by the highest common factor or multiply the quantities by the lowest common multiple. The word there is divide and multiply. Divide by the HCF and multiply by the LCM. Divide by HCF, multiply by the LCM. Express each of the following ratio in its simplest form. So you see the A is 800 gram ratio 1.8 kilogram. The units are different. First thing you need to do is convert the unit. Okay, convert the unit so that both units will be same. By converting it, you will get 800 gram ratio 1800 gram. Now the unit is already equal or same. Once the unit are same, okay, we need to find the HCF for this part. Okay, find the HCF for this both part here. Okay, how do we find the HCF? You must recall back your chapter 2 factors and multiples. In order for us to find the HCF for this number, we need to do repeating division. Okay, this is repeating division. Okay, I can see that this is 8 and 18,000. We can divide it by 200 so that we get 4 and 1,800 divided by 200, we get 9. This 4 and 9, we cannot divide it with any round number anymore. So we stop the repeating division there. What we need to do now is to write 800 divide by 200 ratio 1,800 divide by 200 as well. We need to divide both part here by 200, which is the HCF. Okay, the answer will be 4:9. This is the simplest form we get after we convert the unit and doing the division and divide it by the HCF. Let's look at B. B is 32 ratio 24 ratio 20. Okay. First thing we need to do is to find the HCF. Since this number don't have any units, so we don't need to worry about converting to the same unit. Okay, so we just can find the HCF. Find the HCF, highest common factor, for these numbers. Okay, we do the repeating division. Okay, we divide it by 2. 2 divided by 2 equal 16. 24 divided by 2 equal 12. 20 divided by 2 equal 10. If we see here 16, 12 and 10, we can still continue the repeating division, okay, by dividing these three numbers by another 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 12 divided by 2 6, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, now look at 8, 6 and 5. Okay, we got 8, 6 and 5 here. We cannot proceed with the repeating division because we cannot divide all these three numbers with the same round number. 8 can be divided by 2, 6 can be divided by 2, but 5 we cannot divide by 2 because it will be in decimal, the answer. So what next we need to do is to write the HCF. Okay, the HCF is HCF equal 2 times 2, which is 4. After we get the HCF, we can proceed with the process solution to find the ratio of this. Okay, we already find the HCF. Okay, the HCF is 4. Now we need to do is 32 ratio 24 ratio to 20. Okay, we need to divide all this part by the HCF, which is 4. Okay, we divide all parts by 4. All part of the ratio by 4. Okay, 32, when we divide by 4, we get 8. Okay, 24 divided by 4, we get 6. 20 divided by 4, we get 5. This is the simplest form of these ratios. 8 ratio 6 ratio 5. Now let's look at example 4. Okay, question C. Okay, we need to express this fraction to its simplest form. Okay, since this is fraction, so in order for us to make this fraction to become whole number or round number, we need to do multiplication. So if we want to do multiplication, you need to remember that we need to find the LCM. So first step is to find the LCM of this fraction. Okay. How do we find the LCM? We need to find the LCM for the denominator. Okay, we need to find the LCM for the denominator here, which is 5 and 10. 5 and 10 is the denominator. So we find the LCM using repeating division. So we divide it by 5. 5 divided by 5, 1. 10 divided by 5, 2. And then divide it by 2. So that all parts here will become 1. Until this end become all 1, then you stop the process. The LCM equal to 5 times 2, which is 10. So we already get the LCM. Next process we need to do is to, second one is to multiply the fraction, multiply all parts here, all part of ratio with the LCM. Okay, so what we need to do now? Okay, 3 over 5, we need to multiply it by 10, ratio 7 over 10, multiply it by 10. Okay, this is what I mean by this one. Okay, next is, okay, we can just cut this one, 2, okay, 1 and 1. Okay, so 3 times 2 here is 6, ratio 7 times 1, 7. So this is the simplest form for this ratio in question C, which is 6 ratio 7. Next, let's look at question D. Question D, we are given a decimal ratios, which is 0.04 ratios 0.12 ratio 0.56. Okay, what we need to do first is to convert. First step is convert. Okay, convert all parts to become round number. Okay, since this is in decimal, we need to convert it to be round number. What we need to do to convert it so that it will be round number is 0.04 multiplied by 100 ratio 0.12 multiplied by 100 ratio 0.56 multiplied by 100, so that we can move the point. Okay, we can move the point so that we will get the round number. Okay, 0.04 times 100, when you move 4 ratio 12 ratio 56. So we get 4 ratio 12 ratio 56. Is this in simplest form? Yes, this is not in the simplest form yet. So what we need to do to make it in its simplest form is, as usual, we need to find the HCF. Okay, since we are going to divide this number, this part here, we need to divide it by whole number. So we need to find the HCF. Division, find the HCF. So find the HCF of this number here. Okay, how do we find the HCF? Using the repeating division, we find the HCF for this number. Okay, we divide it by 2, we'll get 2, 6, okay, and then 56 divided by 2, we will get 28. Okay, we can still divide this number by 2, 1, 3, 14. Okay, now if we look at this, we cannot divide 1, 3 and 14 by the same round number anymore. So the HCF is equal 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 is the HCF. Okay, after we find the HCF, we need to divide this number by its HCF. Okay, when you divide by its HCF, the final answer will be 1 ratio 3 ratio 14. This is in the simplest form.